This is fascinating, Dan. um,
It's very
I'm
sad,
inclined
by the
when
way. It's very sad.
it is because like you can see how then the misinformation gets distributed. It can become very toxic. If we take it in the talk context of business as well, it can become a very toxic environment at work.
Mhm.
Um, but my mind drifts a little bit, and I don't mean to do this on purpose, but I think about like the rise of the influencer, especially during COVID. I'm getting a sense that the reason why we've seen this, there's always been influencers. You think about like Hollywood stars,
Yeah.
it's not a new thing. But when you think about the rise of like the TikToks, the Instagram reels, and the people now sourcing influencers as a source of truth for information, because I think it ties back to what you're saying is like, I can feel an attachment potential with this person because they either personify something that I can see in my own life, and they start creating those stories, the parallels, and it becomes a source of truth.
Yeah.
Do
So,
you
so
think there's any correlation there, or am I
yeah,
out to lunch?
I think very much so. So first of all, I think that, for example, the term branding, we use it as a term, but it includes lots of different psychological inputs. And
Hmm.
depending on which company you are, branding is very different. Branding for a car manufacturer is not the same as it is for Procter and Gamble. It's not even the
Yeah.
same
Hmm.
psychology. When you drive a car, it represents your identity. When you
Sure.
buy toothpaste, it's about what do you recognize as easy as trustworthy. Not even the same psychology. And we have kind of, I think, made a mistake by giving it all the same name, because we don't let the richness of the different versions come to life.
Hmm.
I think the same thing is true about influencers. So, there's influencers of people that you grew up with and you have kind of a liking to them.
Hmm. Yeah.
There are people that have a reputation for something else. And there's also this reduced trust in traditional media.
Yes.
And those are very different effects. All of them are different effects, but there's no question that we are living in a world in which the general starting point trust is lower. And what is going to fill the gap? And influencers, without the constraint of traditional media,
Hmm.
have ways to create higher trust.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
There.
not a desirable effect, by the way. I think if you said I want to design a world in which we would provide information and people would believe it, I don't think you would say, oh, I want influencers.